Hi. It's Jessica the coolest, you know. This is just gonna be like a introduction video, I guess. You know, it's kind of weird. I'm kind of nervous, but I do this almost every day. Literally, I video myself almost every day, just talking about shit. But you know, sorry to light in this ass. I try to put a thing and like try to cover it, but I ain't try that hard, truthfully. So yeah. Anywho, my name is Anaria. I'm most likely gonna change my channel name to Jessica the Coolest. But we'll see. So yeah, I'm 19, college dropout. I went to Barry University for nursing. Yeah. Really what this channel is for is just like a personal journal. And I already said this on TikTok, but yeah, this channel is a personal journal for me, myself and I, you know, to see my progress in life, really. Because I've had depression since like since fucking middle school, truthfully. But it really got bad during high school. So yeah, and then when I got better, when I went to a little facility for like 3 days, 72 hours, and I got out, you know, after that I thought I was fine. You know, I thought it just went away. Yeah, I thought things were better, but no. It was not. So yeah. You know, I still have depression, but it's not as bad. It's not nearly as bad. The depression I have now, the depression I had at first in 2022, which was when it was really horrible, is, I don't know if I can, because like I knew the basics of like YouTube's policies and shit like that, but I don't know, I wasn't being kind to my body, if you understand. And yeah, I was just really sad. And then I was dealing with a dude, 2022, remember, I was dealing with a dude and he was a fucking asshole, and then my dad was a fucking asshole, and then, you know, yeah, and then I need to stop cursing. I curse a lot, by the way, but yeah. And so even after the incident and after I got out of the facility, niggas didn't care. nothing changed in terms of the people around me. You know, how it's not like, it wasn't like how you, like, how people usually describe it, like people tiptoe around them and be like, you know, be more, not coddling, but more careful with what they say or do or whatever. But with me, it just went back to how it was, basically. First few days out of the facility, it was nice. It was nice being home. Being in that place sucked. It sucked so bad, man. I hated it. I'm not gonna say I hated the people there, but they obviously, like the kids there, they obviously, they were dealing with more stuff, more, I guess, hardcore stuff than I was. Like, you know, they were doing fucking drugs. They were that, and they were like 15, 16. You know, so it's crazy. But yeah, I'm talking really loud. Thanks. But yeah, that, and then yeah, basically what this channel is going to be about is about just like me talking about my life, my opinions on things, my perspective on life, how I get through days, how, like, the difference between 2022 me and 2025 me, and how did I get here, you know? So that's really it. And maybe I might even do like videos with my sister, like games and shit, because I eventually do want to like get a PC and all that stuff, do the whole shebang. But yeah, I'm broke. I haven't had a job for since 2022. Yeah, 2022 was the best and also the worst year of my life. So was 2024 and 2025. The past 3 years have been the best and the worst of my life. Truthfully, uh, like I said, after I was out of the facility, I thought I was fine. I gained confidence and stuff throughout the months. I still didn't know my self-worth because I was still dealing with dude. But eventually, the next year, 2024, no, 2023, fuck, I'm messing up. Okay, the next year, 2023, we ended things. Then, maybe a month or two after that, I met another guy. And, it was the greatest time I would say I've ever had with a person, and it didn't work out. Hold on. Yeah, it didn't work out. We were on and off for a good amount of time, and just last year, October, ended things again. So by the time we fully got together, like a month or two after that, me and my family had to move. Now I was living with my mom, my sister, and my uncle. Right? Me and my sister shared a room. My mom had a room. Uncle had a room. But my uncle decided last minute, out of nowhere, to move to Alabama. So me and my mom and my sister, we had to get the frick out of Dodge. We couldn't stay at the place we were staying at because they kept raising the rent, and like my mom couldn't afford it by herself. So from 2023, like I want to say, because we moved out the house in like November, December. Between those 2 months, I know we fully moved out in December, but we were moving out November, December, and that was causing a lot of like stress on me, I guess. And I wasn't really happy and stuff. And then moving to where we moved, which is with my cousin, my uncle's son, and he had a 1-bedroom, small behind apartment. We had a mattress in the living room and all our stuff in the living room on the wall, and it was a tiny space, no privacy, and it sucked. It sucked. How old was I? As a 17-year-old, frankly, all you want is privacy, right? As a teen in general, all you want is privacy. You want your own space. Frankly, I didn't mind having a room with Amaya, my sister, because it was like, it wasn't bad. I've shared a room with her my whole life. I still share a room with her. So it wouldn't be a big deal. But the fact that we all had to sleep in the living room on one mattress on the ground, uncomfortable. And so yeah, that, and then eventually having to move somewhere else, and then eventually having to move somewhere else, which is where we are now. And I have no complaints with where we are now. It's so way better than where we were before, you know? And, you know, I can't complain. I really can't. I don't have a problem with where we are now whatsoever. I feel like I just said that 5 times in a row. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's nice. Nice. And you know, we actually got a bed that me and my mom shares. And Maya has her own little thing. But we're all in one room, which is fine. Because the last house we were at, which was with my cousin, me and my mom were on the couch, highly uncomfortable. And my sister was in the room with our cousins. She shared a room with our cousins. So, you know, and no hot water. No hot water. No hot water. Ever. So that 1 out of 10 would not recommend. You feel me? So where we are now is definitely an upgrade. We're living with my best friend and her family, which I consider them family. I could call them my cousins and stuff like that, her siblings and stuff. So yeah, but I've always had depression, but I didn't know, you know, because like I said, I know I'm repeating a lot of things, but I just want everything to tie together and be cohesive so it can be understood. So like I said, after I came out of the facility, I thought I was fine. You know, I was building confidence within myself. I was having fun. At that point, me and my cousins were working at the Hard Rock Stadium, which was fun. You know, like I knew people there. It wasn't that really hard of a job, and I would get paid. So, you know, it was a good experience for real. But yeah, once that year ended, the gang broke up. You know, like I said, I was dealing with a dude at the time. He was an asshole, absolutely horrible. Like I said, I didn't know my worth. And truthfully, I didn't know my worth in the second relationship either. I didn't. So yeah, relationship wise, I'm not the girl. You know, I just I don't think I deserve love, right? I don't feel like I don't think I deserve love. I don't think it's like it's a unconscious. I feel that way unconsciously. Does that make sense? Unconscious, subconsciously, subconsciously. I feel that way about myself subconsciously. I feel that way about myself unconsciously. That word sounds so weird. Unconscious, subconscious. Anywho, yeah, I've always felt that way about myself subconsciously. Even when I was learning, and I'm still learning, to love myself and accept myself for who I am, my body, you know, my laugh, my smile, my nose, my lips, all that, my hair. It's still in the back of my mind that I don't deserve to be loved. And, you know, also childhood trauma, my dad being manipulative, childish, and just overall not a good dad. You know, people I've loved and even considered as a second mother just disappearing out of my life, and then popping up when she wants to be like, oh, I'm gonna come and get y'all, we're gonna go to a hotel, we're gonna go out to eat, and then doesn't do what she says. She just pops up, be like, oh, hey chubby, which was a nickname for me, I miss you guys. You don't. You don't. And yeah, at this point in life, I just stay away from people. You know, obviously I can stay away from the people I live with, but I don't really reach out to people. I stay to myself. I isolate heavy. And I just say to myself, because you say to yourself, you won't get hurt, you won't get disappointed unless you disappoint yourself. Then it's your fault. But you know, I'm not gonna disappoint myself ever again. I feel like I've disappointed myself throughout my whole life, and that needs to come to an end. The depression needs to come to an end, because staying in the house all day, because I don't have a job, I don't really have anything to do, but staying in the house all day, staying in the room all day, scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through TikTok, feeling bad for myself over something that I can change, you know, over something that I can work on. I'm just choosing not to because I'm afraid of change. It's not gonna cut it. And yeah, I think that's my biggest problem, just being afraid of change so much to the point where I will sabotage the good things that are coming my way. Like my last relationship, I sabotaged the heck out of that. I sabotaged the relationship because I was scared. I was scared to be vulnerable. I was scared to be close, even though that's all I've ever wanted, was to be able to be vulnerable and love somebody as much as, like, you know, because I've always had a lot of love to give. I'm a genuine person, right? I always mean well. So, but I guess that first relationship wasn't really even a relationship. He just used me for my body. That first relationship, it was it really fucked me up, because then when it came to my second relationship, I was fucking up, you know. So yeah, but life-wise, I'm fasting as of right now, so no starch, no sugar, trying no sugar. Really, it's like limited sugar, but no sugar to limited sugar to no sugar, and just like meat and veggies for real, and fruits of course. So today I had an orange and eggs for breakfast, and well, before that I went for a walk with my best friend, and you know, it's cool. I jogged. Like when we were down the street from the house, I started jogging, so just to get some type of run time in, you feel me? So yeah, I'm trying to be more healthy, because I feel like that's a big reason why also I was depressed, because I was just eating. I was eating my feelings away constantly. I gained some weight, okay? And you know, it's to a point where I get new clothes, I buy new clothes, I put them on, and they do not fit how I want them to fit. Like, fat is protruding, it looks sloppy, it's like, you know, and so I end up not wearing it and almost having a breakdown because I look fat and sloppy, you know, which I am fat. And frankly, I do love my body. It's just a love-hate relationship. Some days it's like, girl, you fake with the stomach and all. Other days it's like, yeah. So it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum. But I'm trying, you know, trying to eat better. So I feel like when your body is healthy, your mental starts to get healthy too. You feel me? So yeah, as of right now, that's where I'm at. I feel like I've went through so many tangents and went from one thing to another throughout this whole video, but I hope it was easy to understand. Not even easy, I just hope it was like you could understand basically what I'm saying, because my brain moves so fast. It's thought after thought after thought after thought. I'm like, oh wait, but this and that and that, and then I'm like, okay, what was I talking about before then? See, just so yeah, I'm really only, like I said, I'm doing this for a journal, right? This channel is going to be a journal for me and stuff like that. If people end up watching it, liking it, that's cool. But the real reason, oh, my mom's home, gotta wrap this up. Okay, the reason I'm really doing this is because I know nobody's gonna watch it, right? Nobody's gonna click on this video, nobody's gonna willingly watch this shit, and if they do, they're not gonna watch to the end. So I don't really have anything to worry about because nobody's gonna watch this. So like I said, it's just for me, trying to do me, trying to focus on me. People are weird. I ain't trying to make no new friends for real because people are weird. I already tried that. Can't do it. Can't do it. Don't have the energy at all for new people. At all. At all. So, yeah. Like I said, my name is Anaria. I'm 19. I'm a Pisces. So, you know, emotionally, I'm aware. I'm aware of everything. I overanalyze everything. But some things I just don't realize until I realize it. You don't know things until you know them. And then when you know them, so you don't know anything. Ew. We'll see what the next post is gonna be. Truthfully, I feel like this video was depressing. Like I said, this is for me. Nobody's gonna watch this, so it's okay. Yeah. Peace.